Hello, welcome to the Silent but Obedient podcast. This is our first ever video. This channel is going to be run by two people, one of which is me. We are both constitutional conservatives, and I hope you enjoy. Ah, democracy. A beacon of hope in a world full of tyrannical governments, where the majority rules and... Oh, wait, you know what? Now that I say that out loud, it sounds kind of tyrannical. Okay, today's topic is America a republic or a democracy? Now, it's a very interesting question. Spoiler alert, we are a republic by definition. Each state is guaranteed a republican form of government, and that's true for the federal government as well. Now, to kind of start, let's start with the basics. So, the Declaration of Independence is a very important American document. So, the Declaration is kind of sort of like a final cause for our nation. Every nation, every great country has kind of a central idea from which all of its minor thoughts radiate. And for us, that's the Declaration. They begin by saying, or rather declaring actually, that they find it necessary to dissolve the political bonds with Great Britain, and that they are going to assume the powers of the earth. Now, what does that mean? They're referring to the laws of nature, which constitutes what is right and wrong, morally speaking. And so when you look at the Declaration and you realize that they actually go from really general ideas to things of the utmost particular detail. It's really the same process that we go through when making a really hard decision. And while writing the Declaration, what more were they doing than just making a really hard decision? So the Declaration is our country's sort of final cause, whereas the Constitution is the foundation and outline for how our entire American system of government is built. And so the Constitution not only puts a check on the government, but also puts a check on the people. The people are very powerful, okay? The issue with democracy is that it's very easy for the majority to tyrannize the minority. And I know a lot of people laugh at this, but it's true. And so the Constitution protects the freedoms and rights of the individual. So we are not just a republic, but we are also a constitutional republic, where the ultimate authority does lie in the people, but they do not have unchecked power, because the government is sovereign from the people in the way that we have representative government here. So we pick the rulers, but we do not rule. Government by nature is very powerful. It has an absolute monopoly on it. It requires that to survive. Now, representative government requires a society separate from it, big enough to control that great power. Now, democracy is a very charming form of government. It sounds nice, especially when you add little buzzwords like direct democracy or representative democracy, right? And democracy, at least in the purest form, is very dangerous. And I think that the left is kind of trying to mold the term democracy to fit what we have now, because traditionally we are a republic. Now, if you keep calling us a democracy, then over time, it's going to catch on. So, in conclusion, I think that it's really just a battle of definitions here. I think that most people understand how our government works, but they hear the term democracy so much that that's what they think we are. Anyway, if you enjoyed our first ever video, which I hope you did, consider liking, and if you want to see more stuff like this in the future, consider subscribing. That's going to be all for today, and I will see you next time.